Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another Eternal Evolution video. Today, I just want to finish my final thoughts on Botta after testing her for a couple days now. She came out Thursday, I did a bunch of pulls, I got her right to Immortal, and in the very beginning, I was super hyped for a new healer, especially when I started seeing her healing numbers. But then as I used her for a couple more days, I kind of noticed some pitfalls with Botta, and I just kind of want to talk about the problems with her. Now, I have said in all of the videos I've made about her that if you already have Serena fully built, especially if you have her exclusive 30, there is really no need for Botta. She's kind of like a nice to have hero that you can use in some other compositions and some stuff like that. For example, if you were struggling in something like Ancient Altar before, now having 4 healers means you can, in the first boss, put 2 of your healers, right? Even if you're using 2 for the last boss. So, it opens up some stuff from like that, right? So you can put 2 healers here, right? So you could put whoever you want to use, Liran and Botta in here, and then for your last boss, you can put 2 healers as well. So stuff like that is going to be useful for Botta. And also, I made a video about PvP, and it was interesting that every time I used Botta, I won, and every time I used Serena, I lost, but I figured out what actually happened. So the HP between my Serena, my Leo, and my Botta were so close, within 10,000 HP or something. It actually, when I swapped over to Botta, it made Leo my lowest HP person on the team. So that's why it ended up working so well, because their enemy Bailey was always chasing my Leo, and then Leo was constantly stunning him and doing all of this stuff. So actually, Leo ended up being my lowest HP person, and that was the reason why I was winning the PvP battles, not because I was using Botta. So I wanted to clear that up in the beginning here, because I made that video, and then after I was re-looking at the footage trying to figure out what happened, because the HP was pretty similar, right? I had 1.7 here, and I had 1.7 here, but what happened is I just had slightly less actually on my Leo, slightly less on my Serena. So then the Bailey was killing my Serena right away, and I would lose every time. But when I threw Botta in, I think she's at 1.8 or something, just barely above Serena. It didn't work that way, right? Yeah, 1.8 here. So it made Leo my lowest HP target, and then Bailey was just chasing Leo around and can never catch him, getting stunned, getting killed, etc. So by the way, that's a cool PvP strategy. If you didn't know, you can bait the enemy Bailey because he attacks the lowest HP person on your team. So if it's Leo, depending on how you build your Leo, that's actually kind of a good tactic in PvP. But okay, so I want to clear that up. And I will say that it does seem to be overall better healing from Botta. Now, there is some other problems with her that I want to talk about. So let's go into story. Let's see if I can get it to happen. What I will do is I guess I'll just put all the healers in here. And then I'm going to put it on manual and show you some things, some problems that I'm finding. I clicked the wrong one, support. That's what we want there. All right, let's just put all 4 of them in here with Leo like this. We'll just put all 4 healers in here, and let's just kind of show you some stuff on auto, and I'll show you the healing meters and some stuff like that. But all right, so if let's first take them off auto, and I want to compare the range of their heals, okay? So you can see Leo's kind of far away, and he's coming back now, but if I click Serena, you can see I can't even choose where she heals, and she has seemingly infinite range. Now, it's kind of a bad example because Leo's right here. I wish I could get him to go further away. All right, so let's use Serena's heal right now. Boom, heals him. He was already full health, so that didn't really do anything. Now, if I look at Botta, look at how small her healing range is. You see how tiny her healing range is? So what happens often for me is Leo will be on the other side of the map, and Botta will literally just not heal him. And I don't know why the range is so short here. It's kind of ridiculous, right? Because even Masrani, who has an AoE heal, look at him. He has double the range. You know what I mean? Because he only needs to get inside that circle, so he can reach almost the full end. And Masrani doesn't even have a big range, but Serena has infinite range. Now, if we look at Liran, again, you can't even do his. So his is the full screen as well. So Serena and Liran, all right, there's the bug. If you go on manual, you freeze the game. But I guess that illustrates my point. I have to restart the game now. This has been happening for months, this bug here. But if you're on manual, sometimes it just freezes. But it kind of illustrates the purpose I was trying to get. So you can see Masrani, I can go all the way out to the end of this, whereas Botta, I mean, she can hardly do anything here, right? She can only go to here. So it'll be weird because I'll be sitting here in story and my Leo will be at the end of the map and he'll be at 10%. And I'll watch Botta turn to my Masrani who's at 90% and overheal the crap out of him. And I'm like, dude, my tank is dying up there and you're just ignoring him. So this is the biggest problem that I have with Botta. Not to mention that when you use the ultimate, or when she uses the ultimate on someone like a DPS, she can just suck a bunch of enemies in and kind of trap that person and get that person killed. Not to mention her other ability, which is listed wrong. It says it's actually a passive and it's not a passive. So this other ability she has, let me go grab it real quick. Let me show you. Okay, this passive right here is wrong. It's not a passive. It's called a common skill, right? Oh no, this one's the common. They have another word for it, but this is not a passive. So this is a skill that she uses, and the problem is she heals, and then she gives increases the damage of all allies within range by 15%. Now, that is a great buff. The problem is the range is tiny. It's such a small range, and no one gets the buff. So it doesn't make sense why there's a range to this, right? Because if you look at every other person in the game, let's look at Masrani, for example. His ability, right, wherever it is, I gotta find it. This one right here. Prioritize units in the back row. If there are less than 2 allies in the back row, the skill prioritizes anyone. So he can shield and give attack to everyone. I'm sorry, not everyone. 2 people in the team, but there's no range on it. Like, he can just do it regardless. So if he's across the map, they're across the map, he still shields them and he still gives them attack, okay? Same thing with Skewer and Hattie. Same thing with Serena. Serena's defense buff is the whole team. So everyone else in the game has a buff that's the whole team, infinite range. And then now we have a new Botta triple S healer who can only buff a very, very small radius. Only a very small radius. You'll see it on the, it's just basically like a little circle on the ground. And Skewer and Head, he gives attack and defense to everyone on the team, regardless of how far away he is, right? So it's just odd that a triple S can only give an attack buff to people right next to her. But most of the time, that's like another healer for me. So a lot of times I'll be using 2 healers. And like the only person she's buffing, like if she's right here, the only person that she'll give the buff for is Masrani and Liran. Serena, say this was another DPS here, wouldn't get it. My tanks would never get it. And my Leo would love an attack buff. And then her ultimate and her exclusive also kind of don't fit with anything and are kind of useless. So now if we go look at the pull in, I already talked about the problems about that. But her exclusive now, she has this little healing rune that she puts at the very back. And the only thing that her exclusive 30 does is allows her to use it twice in a battle. That's this ability right here, right? Yeah. So it's a passive. It's a one-time use, kind of like Leo's exclusive is a one-time use only as well. But summons a Fountain of Life in the back row. Each time Botta casts a skill, the fountain is charged by 20%. When fully charged, the fountain immediately provides a shield with the lowest HP equal to 40%. So, and 300 energy. Kind of useless, right? Because it triggers randomly while she's using other skills. So if everyone's 100%, she'll just shield a random person. Or if, you know, one person's at 99% and everyone else is at 100%, she'll shield that person at 99%. Yeah, it's a big shield. And yes, it does give a small amount of energy. What is it, like 600 or 700 energy to use an ult? I always forget. I think it's 600 maybe. So she gives half of an ult to one person one time and a one-time shield. It also doesn't even say how long the shield lasts. How long does the shield last? I don't know. Is it infinite? It's just weird, right? And the only thing that her exclusive 30 does is allows that to happen twice. I don't know. It just makes no sense to me. It really does not make sense to me. I don't get it. Yeah, when you're healing low and 50%, she gets more healing. And her energy from her passive goes up to 300. Cool. It's a one-time thing, literally one-time thing. So I don't know. There's not a lot of synergy with the kit. And she physically cannot heal your tank. So if your tank is across the map, she literally will heal random people who probably don't even need healing. It's just weird. It's just weird. Now, if you do put Serena and Botta together, and if you put Botta kind of in the middle, it's kind of the best way to make use of it because she hopefully won't be out of range. But there's still a lot of times where she may be out of range, right? So let's just do another story fight here. On auto and kind of just see what happens. So right now, you see that, did you see that very first thing she did, that little circle? That was her attack buff. Literally no one knows inside of it. There it is again. She gave it to Serena. Wow, Serena has attack. Cool. And let me see if I can get them out of range right here. Okay, let's see, Botta's gonna use it. So right now it's fine because both of my heroes are in range of Botta because A, I put her in the middle, and B, here we go. Here's the ult. No one got pulled in from that, even though there was 2 people standing next to my Leo. The pull-in is kind of useless. It literally, honestly, sometimes doesn't even work for some reason. I will literally watch someone be right next to the person she heals, and they won't move at all. So the pull-in's useless. I thought that was a cool ability, the pull-in, but you just can't really make use of it. Oh, let me show the healing meter. I forgot to show the healing meter. You can see, so Botta did do more healing, at least on the healing meter, right? I guess I don't know how shields affect it. I guess I could probably test that for another video, but I don't know, man. At first I was like really hyped because I saw her healing numbers so big there, right? And she does seem to get heals out quite quickly, even quicker than Serena. So if you'll see right away, she'll jump up in the healing meter. There's Leo, top of the healing. Are these girls gonna do any healing? What's happening right now? Okay, there we go. So you can see Botta gets quicker healing up quicker, but I don't know if a huge portion of this might be her shield that she puts. Serena doesn't have any shields, so I think shields also count in this healing meter. But the whole fight, you know, Botta will have a little bit more healing, but is she even healing the right target? And is it mostly overheal? I don't know. It could be, right? Because she actually has a huge heal on her ultimate. Like, it does a lot of healing. But it's one single heal. So if your tank's at 70%, most of the healing is going to be overheal. Serena does the heal over time, which is kind of nice because if your tank is getting hit while it's happening, it kind of offsets it. And there's not a lot of wasted overheal. But again, I just wanted to kind of review my thoughts after testing her for like 4 or 5 days. Because if you only watched my build and spotlight video, you may think that she's like a really good healer. And that was kind of my initial impression on her was she has a really high healing numbers. But then once you factor in everything else, her exclusive 30 is basically useless. Her ultimate has no range, so she literally cannot heal a target if they're out of range. And she has the shortest range of any healer for some reason. Serena is like a triple S. Like, her kit is amazing, right? I mean, everything, she can heal the whole everywhere. Even Lee Rand can heal the entire map. With an AoE heal, but you got poor Botta who can only heal someone who's like 4 inches from her. I just don't know that that's that useful. I don't know. We'll have to see Twilight and see if there's certain scenarios where maybe you need Botta's like crazy healing. Some of the Twilight battles, I would think, you know, sometimes my Leo just gets 100 to 0'd in one hit. So I don't know. Maybe there'll be a use for her later. But right now, at this point, I'm not as impressed with her. And if you saw my tier list, I did rank her slightly under. You also noticed my Bailey dying in this video. That's another reason why on my tier list, I listed Bailey a little bit lower here. So if I pull up my tier list, you can see I put Botta kind of halfway between Lee Rand and Serena, but honestly, I don't know. Maybe she's pretty equivalent to Lee Rand. I'm not quite sure on that. And my Bailey, I did put here. I mean, he could be here probably. But this is like an end game tier list, and you can see I can't even use Bailey really in story anymore. He just kind of gets one shot because the enemies deal so much damage. And I find myself only using Bailey really in like the beginning of Twilight, the first like 12, 13 chapters. And I use him in Terradome, and I use him in Faction Wars. And, you know, I'm not able to really use him in any other places. So he's kind of fallen a little bit. And I have redone this, and I kind of moved my, I don't know where I want to put her. I kind of want to put her here. Oh, I kind of want to put her next to Liran. But yeah, okay, that's gonna be pretty much it for the video. I just wanted to review everything I found out on Botta, the big problems with her. I honestly think they have to increase her ultimate range. I've had like 10 messages on Discord, people saying you have to talk to the devs. Botta only heals summoners or summons. She doesn't heal anyone else. And I think the reason is she just heals the lowest HP person. So if it's a summoner or a summon sitting there, and also if your tank is out of range, she's just gonna heal some other random person. Like she'll just let your tank die. She don't care. She's like, I can only heal someone who's 3 inches from me. So if you're over there tanking, I'm just gonna let you die, sir. Okay, that's my thoughts on Botta. She's quite weak, and her kit just makes no sense. Her healing is great if your target is in range, but her attack buff doesn't work. The shielding happens at a random time. I'd almost rather have it just happen right away. Just like shield, I don't know, the person with the lowest HP pool or something. I don't know. The shield's weird. It's one-time use, and you only get a small amount of energy one time. Not that useful in the scope of things. Okay, that's going to be it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like and sub. Have a great day, everyone. Baby Lucas says, hey, guys, Happy New Year's. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You should really hit that like button and that subscribe button. Woo! See you guys.